Good evening to everybody. How's everybody doing? Really sunny day over here in Tijuana. Beautiful day over here in Tijuana. I might say, beautiful day. How's everybody doing? Good evening to everybody. What's going on with the viewers, man? It goes down from 100 to an immediate 50, 60. I will wait to so we can get an audience a little bit right here. Share so we can start. Let me see if we can get a quick 100 right here so we can start. How's everybody doing? Good evening to everybody. I think it's Facebook, the one that is interrupting my broadcast. There we go. It's going up right there. Let's see if we can get a little bit more. So we can start a live video for every single one of you guys. Oscar, I hope that you're feeling good. I'm feeling, I got a vocal cord problem, I believe so. And it's going. I need to rest, you know. I don't need to be doing all these, broadcasting and coverages, speaking and talking. So I want to see if we can get to a 100. It was already up to 100 and it went down to 60. This is Facebook been acting crazy on lives. Yes, it's crazy. It's crazy. You know, they've been kicking out people. They've been doing all these kinds of weird stuff. Facebook has been doing all these kinds of weird stuff that it's crazy. But let me start. How's everybody doing? I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News and for America's Voice. Good evening to everybody. We've been off for a couple of weeks now. Reason why is we've been kind of sick. We had an infection on our vocal cords, on our throat. And that, ultimately it led to high fever and to all these other things. For the haters and the trolls, no, I'm not asking for medication. I'm already good. And no, I don't want to go to a private hospital. Just for them to start, because I know how they're going to start. So what's the whole deal today? I wanted to talk to you guys about what is going to happen in the next week. Hopefully next week I will be feeling a little bit better regarding the vocal cords. And we have a bunch of interviews that we are in the process of getting to. And one of the interviews is with people regarding the immigration issue, citizens in our normal typical city, like this citizen right here, that if I ask him what he thinks about immigration, I want him to answer typical answers that he can give me. And this is really important for everybody to see and for everybody to know what is their opinion on citizens of Tijuana, on the immigrants, on the immigrant issue. Also, what is their opinion on offending immigrants, and going further to the guidelines on hurting immigrants. What is their opinion on that? And who is the one that is supposed to have the authority to stop immigrants? Who's the one? We need to address that. Why? Because it is a right for people to express their feelings, and also to express what they think about immigration, and also it doesn't matter where you're coming from, as long as if you're doing it legally, peacefully, and with a purpose. In my perception, it needs to be, you know, you need to respect that. If you're not doing it that way, well, let the authorities handle it. So that's why, you know, it's going to be our mission next week to talk to citizens of Tijuana and to talk to citizens of Baja California, and to try to let them, you know, express themselves, and to also, you know, explain how do they feel about certain situations that happened, you know, this last week, and that it went viral. You know, it's really important for everybody to, you know, to analyze what do they think about that situation. Also, we're going to be live with America's Voice. We're going to be live with America's Voice next week. Probably we're going to do a couple shows next week. What is the plan? The plan probably is to go see Trump Chia pet. Remember that I went up the mountain and I put a chia pet on the fence over there on the mountain, that it was hard and it was difficult to get there. We are going to try to go over there again, but I'm not going to broadcast the whole trip, you know, the whole trip going up. You know, we are going to broadcast as soon as we are up there, you know, because it's really difficult to get up there, and it's really difficult for me to be holding a phone and to be walking and climbing at the same time. Is really difficult. So we're going to do that. Also, you know, we're going to try to go to the desert. We're going to try to go to the desert to broadcast the wall and the desert. To broadcast the wall and the desert. We're going to try to do that, to broadcast the wall and the desert. And also, don't forget, if I feel good, you know, if my vocal cords feel good, on Sunday we will have YouTube Super Chat with the Political Avenger. We're gonna have, you know, I'm the one that practically, you know, puts the topics, and she's like, yeah, I can talk about it. Yeah, I can talk about it. You know, she knows every topic. She's really smart. But, you know, probably we're gonna talk about the Epstein thing going on. Probably we're gonna talk about, you know, regarding technology, robot technology, how it's taking over, you know, man labor. And also, we're going to talk about the regions that they are dominated now by the New World Order. We're going to talk about the regions that we believe that they're dominated now by the New World Order. One of them is Mexico. Unfortunately, my country it's being dominated by the United Nations now. It's part of the New World Order. It's part of the Agenda 2030. It's part of all this that is coming about. And now that we are, you know, practically on the verge of losing our country, you know, it's really important that we talk about it, and then also that we talk about, you know, the Mason culture, how is evolving and how they're indoctrinating Masonry into our country. Also, let's talk about, you know, we're going to talk about, and during the week, what's going on with the Africans over there in in Tapachula. It's really strong what is going on. All of them are directed to the city of Tijuana. All of them are directed to the city of Tijuana. You know, the majority of them wants to come to Tijuana. The reason why is, why do they want to come to Tijuana? You know, why do they want to come to the city that I live in, and the city that all these beautiful people live in? Reason why is activism, and organizations from America, they are here. They are where, this is the city that the activism and the leftist socialists and liberals are more infiltrated in this city. In this city of Tijuana. This is where they invest more of the money. This is where they have, you know, a bunch of shelters that they can receive support. This is where large communities of people from Cameroon, people from Angola, people from Congo, of all types of people, they already been here. They already are here. So it's really important for us to find out, and, you know, like the hotel that I investigated for you guys, that I already found out which hotel they're staying at, that there's more than, you know, the profit of that hotel is more than, I think, $10,000 a month or something like that. And it's more than 90 rooms, 4 floors, and it's full with people from Africa. Now, Are these people regular on our country? No, they're not. The majority of them are irregular, and the majority of them, they don't have the visa of transit, or they don't have a permit. A lot of them are suffering because they don't have a work permit, but a lot of them are here irregularly, and they are here illegally in our country of Mexico. Now, the other subject that is really important to talk about, Muslim community. How is it growing in our city? How is it growing in our city? How is it growing? It's growing immensely, people. It's growing immensely. And the thing is that it's growing so much that we just had a community that just landed here between the 80 and 100 people of Muslims that they just landed here in this part of the city, in Tijuana. Now, where are they staying at? We already found out where they're staying at, and where are they, where they're going to wait for their asylum seeker process. Are they waiting for the asylum seeker process? Yes, they are. Apparently, what they told me is that during last week, when we were in Guadalajara, the majority of these people were waiting for the number at the asylum seeker line. How many of them, and which are the parts of the country that they're coming from, or which countries are they coming from? Iraq, Palestine, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Syria. These are the countries that they're coming from. So are we getting people from the Middle East? Yes, we're getting a lot. Are we getting people from Africa? Yes, we're getting a lot. Now, there was a speculation, and it's not a speculation, it's a reality, that migrants move in the winter more. And this month, they are going to be moving massively, people. Not like they were moving in a caravan, like 6,000, 7,000, 10,000 on one shot. No, they're not going to move like that. They're going to move on that amount, but they're going to move slowly, by small numbers, but by different groups. That is what I mean. Now, why? The weather. That is one of the things that is really important for everybody to know. That, as Cindy already put it on her show, one of her shows, the weather is one of the most important things for migrants. If it is in a hot weather, the desert is really difficult to get through. It's really difficult to survive. Really, that is the thing. It's not even difficult to just walk through. It's really difficult to survive. So if you get to the point that if you are a migrant right now, and if you try to migrate to one of the part of the countries that is Tijuana, and Tijuana right now, it gets a lot of breeze late at night between 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. That's when the coyotes start working. When the fog takes over certain parts of the city. And this month, September, what it was September, October, November, and December, you guys remember that those were, a year ago, the strongest months for these people to be moving. You guys remember how the caravan was moving last, we're almost going to a year. I started broadcasting of the caravan in October. I did a couple shows in October, and in November it started escalating until it landed to what we are right now. But if you guys remember, last year in October, this is where the people were landing over here. In November, it started escalating to more and more and more and more and more people. In December, it was a mess. In January, we couldn't handle that mess, and it escalated to now to February, March, April, and all this mess that we couldn't handle, and the government hasn't been able to handle it. So are we gonna get more people in this particular months? Yes, we are. Unfortunately, yes, we are. And what is the deal with the 5,000 people shelter? What is the deal with that? What is the deal with that? Supposed to get an interview with one of the people that they're in charge, and I was gonna get an interview with a person that it was a coordinator, but the coordinator didn't want to speak about it. That was the thing, that if you're gonna let me get an interview, as I was talking to the coordinator, if I'm getting an interview with you, you're supposed to give me information about what is happening, who's funding, and who's doing all of this. And yes, she said, I will give you an interview, but I cannot say that the United Nations are funding. One. Two, I cannot give you the exact location, but I can tell you where and where. Three, I can tell you which people are going to be allowed and which not, but I cannot tell you the intensity and where they coming from. So I'm like, that is not an interview. That is just saying what you want to say. You know, if you're going to give me an interview, you're going to answer the questions of a citizen and of a concerned journalist or a concerned independent reporter, as you want to call it, or a concerned independent broadcaster, whatever you want to say it. So I canceled that interview, and I told her if she can communicate me with the person that is in charge. I talked to the person that is in charge, and he was gladly going to speak about it, because this is going to be a big boom in our state. This is going to be huge in our state. As soon as they start opening this shelter, and as soon as the people of Tijuana realize that yes, this shelter is getting built, it's not getting built where they were saying that they were going to build it. It's getting built in another part of the state that is between Rosarito and Ensenada. So as soon as they start realizing that yes, it's getting built, it's going to be a complete mess. It's going to be a bomb. It's going to be an explosive, you know, everybody's going to have attitudes. And lastly, before I finish that topic, this goes out for all the people that been, you know, the Hispanic community in the United States, the Mexican American community in the United States. Do you think it's fair? I will ask this question. Do you think it's fair that Mexicans are not receiving the treatment that they need to receive? Another question. Do you think that it's fair that we live in 60 million in poverty in Mexico, and we are receiving more people that is supposedly are running away from fear, that they're economic migrants? They're not fear migrants, they're economic migrants. Do you think that it's fair that Mexico has 4 cities on the top 5 for violence and delinquency? Guatemala is on number 17. El Salvador is on number 17. Guatemala is in 24. And Honduras is on 26. And since the caravan started, 58% of the caravan in Honduras has decreased on violence and delinquency. Now, what am I saying this? Why am I saying this? Because they're building a 5,000 people shelter, you know, Chicanos. They're building a 5,000 people shelter over here in our city and in our state. And that 5,000 people shelter, they didn't have that plan before the caravan started. They didn't have that. So why they did not have a plan for Mexicans? Do you guys know that we have more than 25,000 people that they were deported Mexicans, that they were living in a park like this one, without food, without water, without medical care? And I broadcast that show, and I have proof of that. You know, do you guys know that, you know, a lot of these deported Mexicans, they're starving. They don't have clothes. They don't have, you know, hospitals to go to. They don't have a shelter to go to. And do you guys know that all these deported Mexicans, that they get deported from the United States, the activists, and also the leftist socialists that right now they're coming because they're coyotes, and we have proof of that they're trafficking children, they're making fake marriages, and they're making fake families. Do you guys know that they don't help them? They only help people from the caravan. So we need to put that all into emphasis. Now, if you don't like my information, for all those people that are coming into my page and saying you're a liar, you're a sellout, I would like to sit down with you and talk about it and put its statistics right in your face. Now, if you're that type of person that after I put the evidence right in your face, and you're gonna, you know, continue to be stubborn and continue to be hard-headed and not listen to what I'm saying, get off my page then and just follow another page, and then do whatever you got to do. Because we're getting invaded over here. The majority of the people are taking, you know, privileges that Mexicans don't have. A lot of privileges that Mexicans don't have. These people that are coming on the caravan, I know that a lot of them are suffering, but we have a lot of suffering over here. And they're giving them bonuses, 3,000, 6,000 pesos a month. Now, man, my obligation this week, and is to show all the Hispanic community and all the Chicanos y toda la gente que está allá, toda la raza de hispana, in the United States, my obligation this week, this incoming week, is to go and show you all the deported Mexicans and ask them, do they think that it's fair that they're giving better treatment to people from Haiti, people from Africa, people from Honduras, people from El Salvador, people from Guatemala, people from the Middle East, people from Asia? I will ask every single one of them. And when you realize what they're saying about this fabricated invasion from the United Nations, what they're saying about this fabricated invasion that it comes from all 154 countries that they signed this international pact of immigration. When I put you the proof about really people that they got deported from the United States, that they're not getting an opportunity to speak out, you will realize that you are wrong. You would realize why the President of the United States is closing the door. Because he doesn't want this that we're having right here in our country and his country. He doesn't want that. That's why he didn't sign the United Nations Pact. I'm explaining this to a lot of the new Hispanics that there are in my page. And they don't know that I live in Tijuana. I live in Mexico. I pay Mexican pesos. I live over here. I don't live in the States. I don't eat hamburgers and fries. Well, there's hamburgers and fries over here, but it's a saying. Make dollars. So all these people that they're right here, all these people, you can ask them. I can even ask whatever gentleman that walks right here. And if a gentleman right now, if a gentleman right now walks right now, and if I tell him and I ask him, what do you think about foreigners getting more privileges than Mexicans? And you guys will realize that a lot of these Mexican deported people, they live on swamps. They live on canals. They live where is water drainage, black water. They live on those kind of places. And the government of Mexico is giving privileges to all these people when we're supposed to be first. When Mexicans supposed to be first. When our president's supposed to tell us that he's going to help us to fight the poverty of our country and help the citizens of our country and help the economy of our country, not the economy of Central America and Africa and Asia and all these parts. If you go to the indigenous communities, you got the Tarahumaras right now protesting because they're not giving them the privileges that they need. And they're invading their land because they want to put international companies in the land of the indigenous. You guys really, we need to open our eyes. And we need to really open our eyes of what is happening. This is the Agenda 2030. This is the New World Order. This is an invasion that is happening in Mexico. Not because I speak English doesn't mean that I don't have a right to express myself on the language of English. This is what is happening over here. And my neighbor is the United States. My neighbor is the United States. And if we let that barrier between the United States and Mexico just fall over, this is going to continue. And it's never going to end. It's never going to end. You guys watch, go watch ATN Noticias with my colleague, Carlos Mejia Lopez. It's in Spanish. Go watch him. And try to see what is going on over there with Africans. Try to see that. Try to see how they demand more rights than Mexicans. Try to see how la gente de Chiapas, the people from Chiapas, are so freaking tired of it. That they're giving them privileges that not even them have. They don't even have. Privileges like bonuses every month for money, food, clothing, housing, and all this stuff that Mexicans don't have. Why are we giving away privileges and rights to other people that supposedly they're suffering when we have the most violent cities and we have the number of 60 million in poverty? It goes more that the citizens, if you reunite El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras together, and we got 60 million in poverty over here, 28 million in critical condition. Go and if you don't like to Google, go do Chrome, go do whatever it is. If you think Google is leftist, go to some other source and just put right there, top 5 of violence and delinquency. Venezuela jump into number 1 now. Into the countries that they have more violence in their countries. Venezuela is number 1, Brazil is number 2, and Mexico is number 3. But regarding cities, Mexico is the one that has more. So where is our security? Where are our privileges? Where is our priorities? Where is Mexico? Where are the Mexican people at for our government? You don't see Tijuana citizens, all of them, running towards the border asking for asylum, don't you? The majority of them. You don't see us abandoning our land because it's poor and because it's violent and because it's delinquents. You don't see the whole state of Michoacan coming all the way to the border, right? You don't see the whole people from Chiapas running from their land as they're getting invaded from this caravan because Tapachula is wide open. It's a traffic area between Guatemala and Tapachula. You don't see Tapachula citizens coming all the way and asking for asylum to the United States. You don't see that, right? You don't see people from Tijuana bomb rushing the border, right? You don't see that, right? There was this new Lawyers Guild lawyer. She was a female. It was a female. New Lawyers Guild. Lawyers Guild. I don't know even how to say it. But this lawyer, as I was, confronting an activist that his name was Justice. This activist, I remember, and I remember clearly what he said. So if you're running away, he told me, if you're running away from fear, and if they're trying to kill you, do you think that faking a marriage is a right? I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Tijuana is the number 1 city of violence and delinquency in the world. Not because it's the number 1 city, it means that I'm going to fake a marriage, traffic a child and saying that is my child when it's not. Not because of that. And then the lawyer came in and arguing with me saying, oh son, you're so lucky to have what you have. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? First of all, what are you doing over here in Mexico practicing law unlawfully, violating our Mexican Constitution, Article 33 of the Constitution of Mexico? What the hell are you doing over here? Show me your license to practice law, first of all. Second of all, show me the statistics about the country of Mexico and El Salvador and Honduras and Guatemala. The 3 of them together against Mexico. Which country is more violent? It's not about a competition. It's not about a competition, but it's about numbers. So just tell me who has more the right on asking for asylum or a work permit or a TPS. Just answer me that question. And do you know why they continue to be over here? Money. Money. They're getting a lot of money. And they're not leaving. And they're staying. They already have an established building over here. They're working without a permit. They're working unlawfully, violating our Constitution. They're continuing to make, everybody think that they have a possibility to get the asylum when it's clearly extremely difficult to get there. And to get the asylum, it's really difficult. And it is so hard for them to understand that they're just using them. Using them. They're using migrants. That's what they're doing. They're using migrants. They're playing with their minds. They're making them think that they have a big possibility on migrating when it's almost impossible. Yes, everybody deserves to go to the United States legally. If you're doing it legally, man, go ahead. It's hard to do it legal, Oscar. It's really hard to do it legal. Let's push it to immigration reform. I think that it's time. But a lot of people, don't get that. A lot of people don't get that. I'm not talking about the United States right now. I'm talking about my country. In my country, we got pieces of crap activists and lawyers that they're practicing law in our country. And they've been trafficking children and trafficking people. More than 33,000 children have been trafficked in the caravan. And that is a number that you can Google and look up to. Look it up. That is a number. These people are so stubborn and so close-minded that they don't want to listen to numbers. They don't care about numbers. They just care about, it's my right, I want to migrate. Yeah, but you don't care about what the hell you're damaging. And the thing that you're damaging the most is Mexico. Mexico is not your hotel. Mexico is not your trampoline. Mexico is a country that it needs to be respected for their laws. When has been respected? When has Mexico's been respected? It's never too late. It's never tomorrow. It's never a yesterday. It's never 2,000 years later. It's always a now. And now is the time for people to realize that Mexico needs to be respected. It's not a hotel. It's not a trampoline for you to come over here. And all these migrants putting out banners and saying, we don't want your country, we want to go to the States. How disrespectful is that? Mexican government spending, they just delivered more than $30 million to El Salvador when we have people dying of hunger over here in our country. How unfair is that for the indigenous people? Extremely unfair. Extremely unfair. And these people that they live on the States, that they don't realize what Mexicans are suffering right now with this caravan and this invasion, that they're making it look, the leftist Democrats and the socialists and the liberals are making it look like, oh yeah, they're suffering. Look up the statistics. Look it up. Let's look it up. Let's study more further of what is happening in this caravan. And you give me one positive, all these people, they're defending the caravan, give me one positive thing that the caravan has provided to Mexico, other than taking away our money, our land, violating our women, trafficking our children, trafficking drugs, burning two federal buildings of immigration in our country, bringing terrorists, threatening everybody in the city. Give me something else other than that I will say has brought, economy, has brought, interracial, culture, has brought this, has brought that. Just give me something like that and I will respect it. Like the people from Haiti, they came in 2013 and 15. A lot of them stayed over here. And I'm gonna tell you, a lot of them people from Haiti, I gotta give them respect. Why? Because a lot of them went to college. And a lot of them graduated, a lot of them got married, a lot of them established their businesses, have barbershops, have have food stands, have all types of businesses. People from Haiti that they came in 2013 and 15, they started working. Now with this caravan full with people of Central America, if you go to a shelter and you tell them, I have a job for you, do you want to work? What do you think they're going to tell you? They don't want to work. They want to go to the United States. That is the difference. A mantener huevones a su casa, like we say in our country. Pa huevones a su casa. Pa huevones a su casa. Gánese el pan, gánese el sudor de la frente, como lo decimos acá. Sweat for that peso. Sweat for, work for it. A lot of these companies, a lot of good companies, a lot of Christian companies over here in Tijuana, they realized that, this influx of migrants when it started, because I'm talking about this because we're coming up in a year And we have not seen advances of this. It's getting worse and worse by the time. So a lot of these companies that they came to offer jobs to people from Central America, the majority of them were Christian churches, Catholic churches, and construction companies. So they came and they were asking for, they were telling them, hey, you want a job? And a lot of them, they didn't want a job. A lot of them, I'm gonna tell you, they took advantage of them and they didn't pay them well. But the majority of these companies were offering them jobs for them to start a living. In the meantime, they were asking for the asylum. How much the percentage do you think that they went to get a job? You think all of the men? All of the men. All of the men went to get a job. Went and said, yes, we want to work. They don't want to work in Mexico. They want to work in the United States. Do you guys know, all the Hispanic community, do you guys know, and with this, you're going to realize how our economy is in comparison to Guatemala. I went to Guatemala and I asked the value of the quetzal. The quetzal is it's like the peso over there. So you ask, how much is a quetzal in exchange for $1? And you imagine, because $1 over here for a peso is 18.42, right? You 18.42 in exchange for $1. So 18.42 pesos in exchange for $1. So when we went to Guatemala, you asked, how much is the quetzal for $1? How much do you think it was? 7.42. 7.42. 7.42 for $1. It doubles in the value of the peso. The quetzal is more valuable than the peso. What does that tell you? It tells you that the economy of Guatemala, it has less debt and is way better than Mexico. So who is suffering when it comes to economy? Who is suffering when it comes to economy? Who? Who is suffering when it comes to who has, better resources and minerals that they're taking advantage of? It is unbelievable that we don't do a study about what is really happening in Central America and what is really happening in our countries in comparison to the economy. To the economy. What is really happening in the economy? Now, we saw a lot of these other issues that, is really important for me to point out. Number one, a lot of pregnant women. A lot of pregnant women. A lot of them. A lot of them. A lot of pregnant women. Now, what is their whole point of being pregnant in the caravan? I will tell you one thing. A lot of them were minors. And they were taken advantage by coyotes. And they were taken advantage by guides. And they were taken advantage by cartel people. And I seen and related and did coverage of stories about migrants, women that, my God, it's so sad. Minors that they have taken advantage of, got pregnant by, an unknown person, and now they don't know what to do with that baby. Now, I got people that you ask them, women, and you tell them, oh, you're pregnant. And they will tell you, yes, I'm pregnant. How many months you've been pregnant? I've been pregnant 3 months. Oh, is that right? Yeah. How many months you've been here? 6 months. Hold on a second. You've been here 6 months and you got pregnant? What's the whole deal? Who's going to take care of you? Who's going to pay for that? For all that medical care? Who's going to pay for all that, for all the hospital necessities that you need. Who's going to pay for all that? Do you know who? Is it the United States right now? No. Is it Mexico? Yes. And in the meantime, El Instituto Mexicano del Seguro Social, that is our dependency of hospital over here, it's a hospital, the government dependency, IMSS and ISTECALI, are letting women have their babies outside in the street because they're full. In the emergency room, people are dying because they don't have enough doctors. The level of abortions in our country has gone into 209,000 abortions since 2007. It's exactly the number of killings and homicides since 2007, 209,000. So in comparison to killings of people, cartel, whatever, homicides, is 209,000. And in comparisons to abortions, it's 209,000 also. Unbelievable, isn't it? So we have a country that has 4 cities on the top 5 for violence and delinquency, 5 in the top 10, 15 on the top 50, 1.9 kids, 1.9 million kids abandoned that they don't have a home, 3.9 to 5.9 kids that they don't have, minors that they don't have resources for education. We're number 3 for trafficking of children, number 5 for homicides and killings of females. We're number 3 for clandestine clandestine bearings in the world. We're number 1 in terms of corruption of cartels. We have 60 million in poverty, 28 million in critical condition, 68 million without medical care. Our economy dropped 0.2%. We have 209,000 abortions since 2007 to 2019. We have 209,000 killings of humans since 2007 to 2019. We have the caravan that started on 2015 with the people from Haiti, and now it escalated from people from Central America. They had hurt police officers, federal officers. These people have raped women, have trafficked children, trafficked drugs. We have a whole coyote organization that is called Pueblos Sin Fronteras, Ángeles Sin Fronteras, that they're not helping. They're trafficking a lot of people. You got lawyers from the United States and activists coming from the United States illegally, and a lot of them have red flag on their passports, and a lot of them are wanted by the Interpol, and we don't have a problem, right? And we don't have a problem. Also, add to the fact that this caravan has brought violence by burning two federal buildings of the INAMI. You brought terrorists, one of them by the name of Alfonso Ulloa Guerrero, that he threatening by saying that if they don't open the gates and they don't open the doors of the United States, they were demanding $50,000 for each immigrant, and also the destitution of their president, Juan Orlando Hernandez. Also, as we traveled to Guatemala, we talked to a bunch of like 300 or 400 people. They were protesting in Guatemala, and they don't want to be a third world secure country. Mexico doesn't also, but they don't want people migrating to their country in Guatemala, but they want to migrate to Mexico. How double standard is that, right? But after all that I told you, all of that, people in the United States saying that we don't have a problem, that we're okay, that Mexico is like this. And there's comments right now sometimes that they're saying lies. STFU. You know what that means. They don't like it. They don't like the reality that a Mexican born in Tijuana, Baja California, is saying the truth about what is happening with the caravan. Is saying the truth about what is happening in the caravan. 10 out of 10 crimes in Tapachula, 7 of them are people from Central America. The economy dropped when the caravan came over here. 90% where the caravan was staying. Violence increased on a 75% in the area they were saying that it was the Zona Norte. All of these things, they're not important. We have evidence and video of lawyers admitting that they were creating fake marriages. There's videos of people migrating through Chihuahua, a migrant from Central America saying, yes, it was not my son. It was not my son. I was intending to make him believe that I was his dad. You got people from Hollywood coming over here saying that they want to help. They don't help. You got journalists like Jorge Ramos criticizing our city by being xenophobe and racist, criticizing citizens of Tijuana and saying that we're xenophobe and racist, but he doesn't put no money on a bank account on no organization over here. He doesn't bring a container of jackets for all the people that they were in the cold. He doesn't help the women in the caravan, but he opens his mouth saying, oh no, Trump is racist. Oh no, he's not helping. You got people like that, real stupid people, that they don't do the boot work and they don't do the groundwork. And we people, we have been doing that for almost a year now. We're going on a year. We're almost in a month of going in a year on broadcasting the caravan. And I'm leaving a lot of things behind. I'm leaving a bunch of things behind that we have done in this long time that we have been broadcasting. We have gone to shelters in Guatemala. We have seen the river in Tapachula, how they are trafficking gasoline, stolen gasoline from Guatemala to my country of Mexico. That is an embarrassment. We have seen how the migrants are trafficking things and the National Guard not even putting attention to it. We have seen how the Institutional National of Immigration not checking their IDs properly to see who's coming in and out. We have seen people from the Mara Salvatrucha detained in our borders to secure the Mexican people. We have seen people, indigenous people and campesinos, farmers of Mexico protesting against everything about the caravan. We have seen that. We have seen Tijuana citizens, and I have video of that. And if you can go back to my videos, that was one of the first videos that I did. A march of all Tijuana citizens protesting against the caravan. And I will put that today on a watch party for you guys to see what happened. I will put that tonight on a watch party. All the Tijuana citizens together protesting against the people from the caravan, that they are stealing our rights as Mexicans. Hundreds and thousands of people of Tijuana protesting against the caravan. That was the first protest. We have been in rallies in Tijuana protesting. I have interviewed the #1 man that is doing a million people movement in our country against the caravan and the Agenda 2030 and the International Pact of Immigration, that his name is Gilberto Lozano from El Congreso Nacional Ciudadano. We have had interviews with a lot of Mexican journalists discussing exactly the same topics, agreeing with each other. We have talked with people from Chile, Spain, and Central America and South America, discussing the same topics and agreeing with each other. People from Chile are tired of this. People from Brazil are tired of this. People from Colombia are tired of it. So don't tell me that there's no problem, that this is Trump, that this is Trump's fault. Open your eyes, abre la cabeza, abre los ojos of what is happening. They're dominating by regions and they're dominating by territories. And they're trying to take over every land strategically to push so the United States will open for everybody. Your rights are gonna be gone. Socialism is gonna take over the United States if you want that. That is what is happening in Canada. Ask what is happening in Canada. Have you guys seen what is happening in Canada? Do you guys agree that Canadian citizens, they don't want the caravan? They don't want migrants. They don't want this that is going on. But Trudeau wants the International Pact of Immigration, and he signed it. We have interviewed people from Cuba and Guatemala and how they are being brainwashed and taken advantage by lawyers from Mexico, faking a visa of transit so they can move to the United States. We have seen opinions from people from Venezuela, in Cuba, in Colombia, that we tell them socialism is coming to Mexico. No, that's not true. That's not true. Look at AMLO. Look how he's related to Maduro and all the Democrat Party. How all the Democrat Party is involved in the socialist agenda. And if you tell them socialism, all these AOC, Veronica Escobars, Ilhan Omars, and all these pieces of crap, Gavin Newsom and all these craps that they are in the United States, they all want socialism and open borders. And if you tell this to a Cuban, he will tell you, I'm running away from it. I'm trying to go to another one that is a capitalist country, and you're telling me all of this? Hell with that. So all of this, we have witnessed all of this. After all that we have witnessed, and we have helped, we have fed poor people, we have fed our deported Mexicans. We helped a deported Mexican to get better from an addiction. We helped people in a park that it was called El Mapa, full with deported Mexicans, that made my soul cry every day to see these people, Mexican deported people, without no right, and the people from the caravan complaining about their clothing, their shoes, their food. We have seen also, and we have helped people and kids in our community with AIDS. Where are you to help your abandoned and the poor veterans of the United States? Where are you to help Tent City over there, where there are more than 350,000 homeless veterans and more than 500,000 homeless people? Where are you? Where are you? So if you're telling me all these people that they are from the Hispanic community, and if you're telling me that you that live in America, that you were born, and God bless you that you were born in the land of the free, the home of the brave, where they practice freedom of speech, and they let you go protest as much as you can, where your economy right now is on top of their game, when we have discovered that the president that has deported more Mexicans, that it was more racist to Hispanics is Obama, and now with Trump, the economy is right up here, and the low rate on jobs for minorities is way up there. Minorities have never had that many jobs in the history, and you're coming to me and tell me that we don't have a problem in Mexico, and telling me that Mexico doesn't have a problem, that we're supposed to be pushing the United States to open, and that there's no problem in the United States, that we need socialism, more homeless, more rights, more equal rights, right? So all the doctors that they're killing themselves in whatever college, they're gonna make exactly the same living as whatever, whatever guy that it never busted his butt going to college. That's what you guys want, right? Yeah, equal rights, anarchy, hell with the government. Grow up, man. We're having a gigantic problem. Huge problem. So, this is a message for all those people. For all those people. It's almost been a year. It's almost been a year since I started broadcasting about the caravan. Thank God, y gracias a Dios, le doy gracias a Dios, that I've been saying the truth this whole time, and I'm proud of it. I'm really proud of it. That everything that I've been broadcasting and that everything that I have put my mind to, that is going to Guatemala, going to Tapachula, and expose what's really going on, and expose the leftist activists, and expose the leftist Democrats, and expose these lawyers over here, and expose how Mexico's been taken advantage of, and expose how our country is suffering, and we're giving privileges and freebies to other, it's not other country, it's other continents around the world. I feel proud that almost a year, we have accomplished a lot, and our boys had hit places that a lot of people don't want us to go. That's why they attack me. That's why they try to stop me. That's why. It's not because I'm 5'8" and I'm ugly and I'm brown and I'm Mexican. Hell no with that. You get all these people that they're always coming on my feet and saying he's uneducated, he's Mexican. Why are we putting attention to a Mexican? Why are you putting attention to me? Why are you watching my live feeds if I'm so uneducated? He committed a crime to the United States and he got deported and he was a trafficker. I paid my dues. I was in a 4-year sentence in the federal system. Yes, I got deported and I'm fighting over here for kids to not commit the same mistake that I did. To help our young people to not commit the same mistake that I did. To get out of that. And to convert and to try to be a good citizen in this city and in this country. To be a good individual in society and to dedicate yourself to school. It's been a year. And I've been exposing every day, and I don't get tired of it. And I'm never going to get tired of it. And I told you guys, since I started doing English, I was about to give up on the English public. On the next day, I was like, hell with this, man. Until one good journalist, he told me, if you give up right now, that is what they want. They see something that nobody else wants to see. And you know what that is? That is la verdad. En el hocico, la verdad, the truth. After that, I haven't stopped. And I'm not going to stop. Feel happy. It's gonna be like this. Our relationship is gonna be like this the whole time. You, me. You're attacking me. I'm just brushing you off. Me not engaging, me not putting attention to you, me not giving an F about what you say, me exposing, moving forward, pa adelante. Because we're doing this for the people of Mexico. For my people. Primero mi gente. First Mexico. The United States also. This is the difference. This is the difference between you and I have people, man. I have people right here, trolls and haters, that they've been on my butt for like 10, 11 months. Imagine that. So who has the problem? Let me ask you something. Who has the problem? Am I the one that has the problem? Am I harassing somebody else for 10, 11 months? Or is somebody else has the problem if they've been harassing me for 10, 11 months and I haven't stopped? Imagine how they feel. Imagine the anger that they feel when they see me on a phone and they're like, oh my God, he just said this, it is a lie. Imagine how anger. So by now, by 10, 11 months that we've been broadcasting, we realize that all these people that they are attacking us, like real patriots, as you call, or conservatives, as you called, and you can say, all these people that they're attacking us is because they're not conservative. It is because they're from a different agenda. Everybody knows that. At first, the American people were confused, and the Mexican people are more like me vale madre. But the American people were more confused. They were concerned. They're like, what the hell's going on? They're attacking him, and he's not saying anything back. What's going on? He's not engaging. Is he hiding something? Then everything came out. The truth came out. And from that, what happened? They continued, and they continue, and they continue, and they continue. So everybody now in America realizes that what we've been doing is just work. And what they've been doing is just trying to stop us to work. Trying to stop us to start continuing to expose the activists, to expose the traffickers, to let them work peacefully, not bother them. Why are you showing, Oscar, people crossing on a ladder? Why are you showing, Oscar, people trafficking children? Why are you showing, Oscar, people in Guatemala? Do you guys know what happened to me in Guatemala when I started broadcasting the first time that I went over there? There was a guy right there threatening my life. It was going deep in the messages. When you get here, I will kill you, he was saying. You get out of there. If you don't get out of there, I will kill you. They want us to stop. Perro que ladra no muerde, like we say over here. Perro que ladra no muerde pa nada. And it's amazing how all these is an organized group that is going from feed to feed, and they attack certain individuals. Now, it's real funny how, in my case, that I'm a Mexican citizen, why are they attacking me if I'm all the way over here in Mexico? Why? Why are they attacking me? You shouldn't care. I'm over here in Mexico. I'm over here in Tijuana. What the hell you care about? I know why. I know why. And there's one reason why. You don't want me to work. You want me to stop. And I'm not going to stop. Hasta que todos se vayan de aquí y le den la prioridad a mi país, voy a parar. Until everything gets resolved and these people understand that they need to fight for their land and for their country, that's when I'm going to stop. That is when I'm going to stop. So I wanted to say, this to everybody. Another thing that I want to express is that in this long year that I've been broadcasting, I have said that one of my idols is Emiliano Zapata. He is my idol, Emiliano Zapata. And these American activists, these pieces of crap that they don't know history about our country, they want to put example about history about my country. For God's sake, read your history, man, please. For starters, lee tu historia, por favor, idiota. Read your history. Emiliano Zapata fought for the indigenous and for the rights of the poor people as the government was taking advantage of our land. I admire that man for fighting against the government. Nowadays, you fight against the government by doing coverages, reporting, and exposing. It's real difficult now to go to war, to go to arm a revolution. But we're fighting like that. Exposing and collaborating with other colleagues that we do independent reporting around our country. And it's really important for everybody to know that we're going to continue to move. It's been almost 1 year, people. We're going to celebrate 1 year of exposing this. I'm not happy it's celebrating 1 year. Why? Because I thought that this was going to end. I thought that this was going to get stopped. And I thought that, this was not going to go the long way. But as we are seeing the Agenda 2030, it's something massive. It's something that goes way beyond, immigration. It's the control of a new world. It's the new world order. Is the control of your mind, of your soul, of your if you want to if you want to have a child. Is the control of everything, Technology will control everything. As we were learning about the 5G, as we were learning about biometrics, as we were learning about all of these things that they're happening and across the globe. And it is the new world order. It goes beyond immigration. Immigration is one stone, it's one stepping stone for the new world order. It has a lot of things. It's a chain, and it has a lot of them in there. And this is one of them. And we have been discussing immigration, the immigration topic on this new world order since we started. And we have been exposing that. It's time to move on different topics also, and to support and expose more topics like Political Avenger has been exposing, biometrics, technology, how how the banks are controlling the world, how this embodiment, this pyramid, who wants to be on top? Is it going to be China? Is it going to be the United States? Is it going to be Russia? Who wants to be the top one that is going to control the world? If it's going to be dominated by regions, if it's going to be dominated by territories. It goes way more beyond that immigration. It goes way more beyond that a case of somebody asking for asylum. You need to move forward. We need to go to bigger topics. We need to move to another big scenario that is going to open up more eyes and more minds, and not only regarding immigration, but everything. So we can expose and we can stop this. So we can support the only people and leaders of the world that they don't want the new world order, that they don't want socialism. So that is our new purpose. Starting this Monday, we're going to do different topics, not only of immigration, but we're going to expose technology, biometrics, and Political Avenger and myself. We're going to try to come together also with other people from across South America, Chile, Argentina, Paraguay, Uruguay. I want to say hi to people in Nicaragua. A lot of people in Nicaragua listen to me, that they don't want communism. Nicaragua has turned into a communist country, and that is what is coming to our country, that they want to turn in our country to a communist country. Unbelievable. And a lot of people in Nicaragua listen to me. I want to say hi to Nicaragua people, beautiful people over there. So this was a short video for you guys right here in this beautiful park, saying hi to everybody. How's everybody doing? Good evening to everybody in America. Muy buenas tardes a todos en Estados Unidos. Un abrazo gigante. Big hug to everybody. As we are feeling a little bit better now from the throat. I have a vocal cord that is hurt. One of them that is a little bit hurt. And, we're talking little by little. During the day, I don't talk that much. This is the most that I have talked in the whole day. So I want to say hi to everybody as we are coming into 1 year as we are been broadcasting of the caravan in our city of Tijuana and in our country of Mexico. It's been, it's been a pleasure talking to you guys today. We will do a video probably on Sunday with Political Avenger regarding biometrics, technology, and regions, how they're trying to dominate now the entire continent of America. That is the most important, that is where we live, in the continent of America. So we need to know what the hell is going on, and who's we already know who is the common denominator that dominates our continent, that is the United States. But how is it going to be divided? Because this is an unstoppable force, people. And if we don't unite, and if we don't come together, this is going to continue. So I want to say hi to everybody. I'm about to go get something to eat. Have a blessed, beautiful Friday. Everybody, God bless everybody. God bless everybody in the United States, man. And in Mexico. Dios los bendiga a todos. God bless everybody. Dios los bendiga. God bless you guys. Stay strong. Stay strong. This is a fight that is going to continue, and it's not going to end. We're going to continue to fight. That's what they want us. They want us to stop. But no, señor. No, señor. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó con usted? No. So it was really nice talking to you guys. It's a beautiful day right now. It's a beautiful Friday. You know, a good shot of tequila probably will help the throat. But they say, un caballito de tequila, chingate un caballito de tequila, Oscar. A shot of tequila probably will help the throat, but no, I don't drink that much. But have a beautiful Friday for everybody that is watching. It was really nice talking to you guys. Stay safe. Support my partner, Conservative Anthony, as he's running for Congress in District 16 of El Paso. And support, Ben Berquam also, that he's from America's Voice. I haven't seen my brother, but brother from another mother. If you're listening, say I salute you, Captain. Follow America's Voice News. Also, please download the app at americasvoice.com, and also in Amazon and iOS. You can follow and get the app at America's Voice, and also follow Border Network News and follow myself. I have a Twitter account. I don't usually go to Twitter really. Somebody else manages my Twitter account, and she even has my password, and I don't even have the password for the Twitter account. I don't go to Twitter, but they say that it's going good, so I'm good with that. You can follow me also at YouTube, and also at this page, Oscar Blue, at Facebook. I want to say hi to everybody. God bless everybody. And, stay safe, everyone. Let's keep dreaming. Let's keep dreaming. And there's no I in impossible. There's always a possibility in every part of the world if your heart is in it. So stay safe, and always remember, peace and love, everybody, because always your country is first.